it looks like you're in a shop. So
Yep.
tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, man. So everything started in towards the end of 2016. I was working and I had, I was telling myself, man, I need a side hustle. I got to do something, So I thought about what can I possibly do, and I came up with the idea of doing apparel. I set everything up that night. I set up the domain. I did everything that night. I set up a store, a Shopify store, and I just rolled with it. And I didn't get a single click, man, until like the middle of January of that next year. And I was like, all right, well, I got the first order. Here we go. Last year, no, actually about a year and a half ago, I decided to open the shop fully. I quit my job. I spoke to my managers. I was like, look, man, I got a dream. I can't just keep wasting my time doing things for other people, and God opened a lot of doors for me financially to get this up and rolling. And here we are, man, a year and a half later in the struggle.
Yeah, the year and a half later in the struggle. That's awesome. And so what type of work were you doing before?
I worked at a bank, at a credit union. I did teller, and I was also doing like loan services.
Okay.
So I just got bored with it. I was just like, this, I can do it. I'm good at it,
Right.
but I don't get any fulfillment out of it.
Okay.
It's just
So
work.
of all the other things or side hustles you could have started, why apparel?
Um, honestly, I don't even know, to be honest with you, man. It was just like I saw it as a niche that I could probably, do pretty well in. I didn't see a ton of people doing it at that time. I mean, as
Okay.
opposed to now. And then like I just started getting on YouTube and checking some people out. I came across you, doing stuff out of your closet,
Yeah.
and I got inspired. I was like, why not?
Wow.
And here we are. Yeah, man. It's been a
For you,
journey.
for you to say doing things out the closet, that means like you go way back with this channel, man,
Yeah,
because
brother.
I believe it was 2016 when I started this journey as well. And like you said, man, right out the closet space
Yep.
in I think it was a one bedroom apartment, my wife and I think she was pregnant at this time. And I just needed, just like you, I was working a job. I just needed a change, right? It's
Yeah.
not like I didn't hate my job, right? I had a good job. I was working for the city of Philadelphia. I was good. I
Yeah.
just, I always remember that I told myself when I was a young kid or something like that, I wanted to have my own business, right? I
Yep.
seen businesses growing up. My dad had his own business fixing like refrigerators and HVAC type of stuff when it was way back in Africa, right? So I was like, wow, I always wanted to have a business. And by the time I was 35, right?
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
whole idea was like, yo, I wanted a restaurant and a nightclub. That was my I grew up telling people that, yeah, I'm gonna own a restaurant with a nightclub. The nightclub is gonna be on the top of the restaurant. It's gonna be in the
Yep.
same building. And then we started printing apparel, man. And since then, it's been great. It's almost nearly, I believe, like 8 years, and we're
Yeah.
still doing the same thing. And from the closet space to the living room, from the living room to the dining room. Next thing you know, my wife's like, bro, you gotta get this stuff out of this house.
Yep.
There's no space, right? There's no space to do anything. We don't even eat dinner on the dining room table. Boxes everywhere, and
Yep.
all of this stuff was happening there. And eventually took the leap of faith and jumped into a storefront, which we were able to manage for a while until COVID and everything else that
Hmm.
happened, like the rest of the world got involved in and was affected by. So I mean, you started at home. What really pushed you to grab a storefront?
You know, like I wanted to grow my business, right? And I felt that having a storefront, an actual shop, legitimized my business, because I live in a small town, right? So like I didn't want people, just random people showing up at my house, and people didn't
Yeah.
take me serious, they were like, we don't,
Mm,
we know you, but, how do we know we're going to get our product?
right.
And I felt that if I opened up a shop, people could come here, they can actually see that I'm not just taking your money,
Yeah.
and it's just like I said, at the end of the day, it legitimized me.
Yep. That was definitely one of my one of mine pushed too because, like you said, people was coming to the house. It got a little
Hmm.
weird. Like there's just a
Yeah.
weird person outside in the hallway waiting. All the neighbors are being nosy, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, this is getting kind of weird." I got my whole family here. Let's
Hmm.
change this up a little bit. And then people started to trust you more. It's like, oh,
Exactly.
he's got an official business. They got a shop. You start to build a business and LLCs and
Hmm.
whatever, sole proprietor, banking account, all those things that you're supposed to do as a business that you really didn't push to do it, or at least I didn't push to do it when I was in the house. I'm like, I'm just doing a side hustle. Ain't nobody gonna see nothing, nobody gonna know nothing. But then when
Yeah.
you step out there, right, the moment I step out there, it started to look official. It started to feel official, right? It was like, ooh, now it is. How do I move this thing forward? How do I get everything that I need? Okay,
Yep.
so you said you was in a small town. How are you able to reach your customers and stand out in that small town that you're in? And let us
Yeah.
know, what town are you in? What area?
Yeah. I live in a town called Oxford. It's in New York. It's
Okay.
upstate. One of the things that I started doing was just doing a lot of Facebook Marketplace postings. I've generated a ton of leads, a ton of business by just putting up, hey, I have a shop, I do this, I put a lot of pictures of what I've done, and that's how I've been able to grab a lot of the local businesses. And then like just recently, I started putting up more, like just designs and stuff, and just drawing attention to myself. And I try to post almost every day. I'm pretty sure everybody's sick of me by now, but you know, that's the only way to grab people's attention. You got to be out there all the time.
Yeah.
And that's how I've managed. And I've done a little bit of work with the school, so my name is getting out there for that as well. So we're growing. We're trying to grow little by little.
Awesome, awesome. So what is your core form of decorative, right? Are you using a heat press, or what are
Yeah,
the different type of method that you use to customize something for your
yeah,
customers?
yeah. All heat press. I just recently last year got into the DTF stuff. Prior to that, I was doing a lot of super color. I was doing vinyl. I was doing single color transfers. But once I got into DTF, it was a whole new world.
Yeah.
At first I didn't. It was had such a like a negative connotation to it, and I never gave it a chance. But I ran across Jesus, and I was like, what, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna send him one sheet, and if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. Fell in love with it. Especially with him. He's such a pro.
Yeah. Super
You
fast with
know,
it too.
yeah, it's super fast. It's ridiculously how fast you can get stuff out. And like I said, that opened up a lot of other doors for me. Being able to retain a little bit more of my money, because super color is great, but their price points are a little high.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. So you said there were some struggles with you getting started with DTF, right? Like you had
Yeah.
some doubts, some scares,
Mhm.
some
Mhm.
stuff that you wasn't sure of. Like let us know, what were some of those things that just held you back from starting a little earlier with DTF?
Yeah. Like I said, it was just from what I was hearing from like reviews and stuff. It was just like everybody was like, "Nah, it's not the way to go. It cracks. It feels weird." But that was my fault. I should have just gave it a chance and just decided for myself. But I let other people decide for me. Because I
Yeah.
wasn't looking to waste money either. So I
Right.
was like, I don't want to invest in some stuff and then have to toss it.
That's
So
that's that's
you
that's
know,
good.
but like I said, last year I was just like, I got to try it. Everybody's jumping on DTF. I got to give it a shot.
Okay. So right now you're outsourcing all of your print, and like how do you feel about in like bringing that technology in house, and what are your thoughts about it? Advantages, disadvantages? Would you
Yeah.
recommend it, and all of that?
Well, I did invest in one of those, the white toner printer, the same one you have.
Yeah.
And at first I liked it. It was cool, but like it's just like I don't know, man. Like I felt like I was wasting paper. I was just
Mm.
tossing money out the window. Because to get one print, you got to try like 2 3 times. If you don't get it, it was a hassle, man. So I got it now sitting in the corner collecting dust. But it is what it is, right? Lesson learned. And that's
That's
kind of
it.
what pushed me. That was another one of the things that pushed me into DTF. I was like, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a way where I can make a profit, and expand my offerings, because it was just like, I used to tell people, yeah, we could do color, but it's going to be a little pricey, because I was banking on super color,
Yeah.
and a lot of people like, yeah, no, we're not feeling that price point, especially up here in my town, everyone's like, they're not with it, and
Right.
so it was rough.
Yep.
But then, I found, like I said, I found Jesus. His pricing seemed fair, and I broke it down, and I was like, well, I can get one of this, one of that, one of that, so it wasn't like I had to get 10, so it
Yeah.
made it a lot easier, and it gave me a lot more options. So,
Wow.
I
So
mean,
deep.
going back to your original question, like, I think at some point I do want to invest in maybe like my own production, but I'm not there yet, like sales wise, and like the demand isn't there yet, and I can't justify that kind of
That's
investment at this moment.
that's a good way to not waste money, right? Especially if
Yeah,
it's not sitting somewhere, it ain't growing on no tree in your shop right now, right? You can't just jump out there and make that investment. I
exactly.
mean personally, I I would rather outsource the work, to be for real, because I know what it is to work a DTF machine in house and in shop, right? There's a lot that
Yeah,
the the small businesses that are doing these, they don't say, right, or the stuff even the big companies are dealing with. I don't want to go through all of those struggles, right? Like trying to manage that machine that misaligned with the whites, right? Like all of that stuff can affect your customers view on your product. And then there are some toxic stuff that's happening with that machine that's getting people sick, and I'd rather not have that in my house or my shop. you
yeah,
know
yeah.
it's going to cost money to ventilate that stuff out of the building, all that extra stuff. I'd rather
Yep,
leave it to the people that specialize in it. Like, yes, I use Jesus as well. TKO, bro, I went over to TKO's warehouse about a year ago or 2 years ago in
yep.
Florida.
I
And
remember.
man, this stuff right here that they have going on, they got the top of the line stuff. This My man told me some numbers that he put invested in just to get the toxic out of the building to
Yeah,
keep his employees safe. And I was like, wow, no wonder why regular folks, small business owners are thinking like, oh, I can go ahead and buy this tabletop DTF and I'll be all
hmm,
right. At the end of the day, you're converting the printer. All of this stuff it's not coming out right. Your
yeah,
customer, you're being frustrated and all of that. Why not just outsource the work
yep,
to the professionals, the people that specialize in it? That's all they do
yep.
is transfers, right? I got too many other things to manage. I rather outsource all of the work to
Exactly.
to the
Yep,
people, right? So that's awesome. That's awesome. So I want to fast forward now to 2023, right? So 2023 right now, we are in this wave of AI art,
yep.
right? We're in this wave where we, I mean, for me myself, I've been taking advantage of it and winning, right? So we no longer have to worry about looking for a graphic designer or hiring a graphic designer or spending all this time on Etsy trying to create an idea out of our head or buy an artwork that a customer want, right? You can literally go into an app like ChatGPT or Midjourney, all those other AI platform and create an artwork that is marketable, right? It's
Yeah, yeah,
sellable, and you can do this over and over. And I look at it as two ways. You can either create that for your shop, or you can just add that as a digital product source to your shop and still print for people like that, right? Which is what I'm doing. So tell me a little bit about AI, how you are using it, and like, yeah, are you even using it in your
yeah,
business today?
yeah. Well, here's the thing, right? Like at first, I didn't even want to bother with that, because I didn't understand it. I didn't understand the technology. I didn't understand any of it, And but you started posting, right? So I was like, that looks interesting,
Mm.
So I got your course. I started messing around with it, and it's funny because the day after I got your course, and I got on, I subscribed and I did all that stuff with ChatGPT. I had a customer. He had asked me. He's like, "Hey, can you do this logo for me?" And I had just been putting it off, man. I was like, "Yeah, yeah, sure. Next week, next month." I just didn't want to do it, I got
Right.
on, dude. 10 minutes later, I had 2 fly images for him, and they were like, "We love it. How do you do this?" And I was like,
Right.
"Well, ancient Chinese secret,
There it is.
but but it just took it took a few words here and there, change it up, and it's there, and I had shown you before. I did those little sticker packs now. Like I'm learning every day. I get on it and just mess with it, and try to come up with different things and just have different images ready to go, and hopefully that's gonna take off like it took off for you, and
Yeah.
that's the goal, to
That's
have a separate source of income coming into the shop.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility, man. And the technology is just starting. It's gonna get
Yep.
even better and easier for us to create those type of images and create a digital source of income that is gonna align right with your physical shop.
Yep.
You can print, like you said, you took the course and got some information that you was actually able now to say, oh, this job that I've been turning down, I could probably actually use
Mm-hmm.
AI to create these logos. And you went ahead and gave the customer 2 options and they loved it, right? And
Yeah.
that's the same thing I did. The first time I made money with AI was actually with a logo. I had a church sister reached out, said, hey man, I'm trying to do a brand. She gave me an idea and sent me a sample, right? All I did was took that sample. At this time, I was already diving into AI, took that sample, brought it into ChatGPT, and couple clicks later,
Mm-hmm.
shoot, I sent her few of them. Now she's like, oh, it's so hard to decide. They're all great. I said, I know. Matter of fact, just take all of them, right?
Yeah.
And she was able to pay me, I think it was like $300, right? And then she came back and said, oh, I want some with just the text. Can you do it with just the text without the other elements in the logo? All right, cool. Give me a
Mm-hmm.
couple more dollars, right? And just like that, we're able to grow a little by little, just reaching out to new customers. Hey man, we can do your logos. Hey, we can do this for you. Oh, okay, I got these design packs. And it's been a game changer right now for us. And I look forward to more teaching more people how they can do it, right? The course is there. If anybody want to check it out, there's always a link down below for you to go and check that out. But you can see Lou said it helped him, and I know it can help you to
Yep.
get ready, right? So today we're actually on a discovery call, and I want to hear from you now. How can I actually help you
Yeah.
in like to make things a little bit better and easier for you?
Yeah, I mean, realistically, man, the way your approach is good. It's great. I've learned a lot from you, watching you, paying attention. Your content is like I don't know what the right term is, but it's like for regular people.
Mm,
Like I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's for common people.
yeah,
Like it's all relatable. I can see myself doing what you do. You know what I mean? Like you don't make it seem like, yo, nah, you gotta be up here to. I don't feel like that when I watch your stuff, and that's why I was drawn to your channel in the first place. Like I saw the realism in what your content is. You're like, this is what I do. This is how I do it. So continuing that'd be dope. And just being yourself and just letting yourself be used, man. Because at the end of the day, man, that's what you're doing. You're letting yourself be used, and God's gonna continue to open those doors for you because you helping us open doors for us. So I appreciate it. And I'm here to take the ride with you, man. And
man, I
just
appreciate it.
learn. Bounce ideas off each other.
Awesome. Definitely appreciate those. I mean, the encouragement there because yeah, every time I turn on the camera, man, I'm talking to myself again, right? That's how I look at it. I want the stuff to be dumbed down. You feel me?
Right.
Like,
Right.
I mean, I went to school for electronics. They used to say make it simple, stupid. Like make it so simple that like the slowest person,
Right.
the dumbest person in the room can pick up that schematic and be able to build this thing again, right? So
Yep. Yep.
that's my mindset every time I open up the camera and do something. I just want to break it down so I can understand it. That even if my kid years from now was to come up with one of my videos, it'd be like, okay, this is how you do it. You turn on the
Yep.
heat press, you lay that shirt down, you put down the heat transfers, right? And like that's the best way. not to say anybody else is doing it wrong, but I just like my method. That's how I learn. So that's how I
Yep.
teach, right? And I'm a big believer that if you learn a thing, somebody's gonna want to know it too, right? And
Yep.
if you are a 5, right? Whatever the number skill is you put yourself. If you are a 5, best believe that those 4s, 3,
Yep.
2s, and 1s behind you are dying to get that information from you because they want to be a 5. Okay,
Yeah.
and as they get closer to you as a 5, you're always learning, and now next thing you know, you are a 7, you are a
Right.
8, right? And I don't want to be a 10, right? I used to have, I tell my kids this all the time. I used to have a supervisor, and I know I was good at the job, man, and I was great. Every time there's a performance review, my man Allen won't give me a 10. I'm
Yep.
like, dude, what's happening? Why? How come I don't give you a 10? And he sat me down one day in the review. He said, Erastus, man, you were great at this job, but if I give you a 10, then you are at the ceiling. You're never gonna want to grow
Yep.
because you already got a 10. You're gonna get big headed. You're not gonna want to improve anymore. So how about an 8? Now you got 2 levels. See me in 2 years and see if you get a 9. You feel me? So
Yep.
every time my kid asks me, my son would bring an image. Daddy, is this a 10? He said, "Oh yeah, I forgot. We don't get 10s. We
We
get
don't get
8s. You know,
that.
we don't get
Yep.
10s, bro. Because then it just makes you feel like, man,
Yep.
you're already there. And I want to make room to always be in that learner seat. And as I learn, I teach. As I learn, I teach. And
Yep.
people can take it what it is, but there's a lot of information out there that is free. But then if you want to skip through the line, you just have to pay somebody to learn a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And people like you has invested in yourself. You have invested in courses and design packs and all of those different things just to save time in
Yep.
your business, right? So what do you say to those people that feel like, man, I can do this on my own. YouTube is free. I can do all of this, and I don't need to pay for nothing. All of you guys are just selling. You think because you learn it, you can. You man, they got all this stuff to
Yeah.
say in the
Yeah.
comments, right? Like,
Yeah. I mean, yo, I used to think like that too. Nah, I can do this on my own. But here I am, like you said, 8 years later in the game, behind,
yeah,
So it's just like you gotta, like you said, you gotta invest in yourself, man. Nobody's gonna invest in you more than you're gonna invest in yourself. Like you yourself. And I had to, I had to tell myself, all right, you're gonna invest this $50 in this course. You're gonna invest the $20 in this, but at the end of the day, you're gonna make hundreds, thousands.
yes,
You know what I mean? Like I bought those packs from you with the designs, the football design. I made my money back that same day.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You sell one hoodie and you good. Everything's paid for. Now everything else is gravy. And I had to learn that the hard way, like I realized I can't do it all on my own. I need help,
mm,
you know,
yeah,
and at the end of the day, I'm in this shop and I do everything. I do the designs, I do the pressing, I do the buying, I do the selling, everything, marketing. I can't do it all on my own. And I think
yeah,
you had posted something like that, or somebody I saw it the other day. You can't do everything,
yep.
like you can't do everything 100%, and I got to
Just can't.
focus. Yeah. And I got to focus on what I'm good at, and then trust in other people to teach me how to do everything else,
That's a
and that's
fact.
my advice for everybody. Like I was talking to a friend of mine, she does the same thing, she does shirts. She was frustrated. She's like, nobody likes my stuff. I was like, look, just keep grinding, because you're going to get over that hump and you're going to be able to turn away work. That's how good it's going to be for you, like just keep going. And I was like, look, I'm learning AI, you should jump on that. And she's like, I don't know. And I showed her some of the stuff that I was doing. I was like, this took like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
I was like, you just got to type some stuff up, modify it, take this out, add this, and you learn it. I was like, I don't know anything and everything, but I know a little bit, and this is
right.
what I'm getting from the little bit that I know. Imagine putting more time and investing more into this. I was like, it's easy, and I told her, I was like, and it's not all, you don't have to put it all on shirts and stuff. Like, it's a digital product.
Yep.
This is
Exactly.
another component. Like, this is just something you throw out there and you just collect on. There's no more
Yep.
work after you do the first round of work.
Man, that is the
You know,
joy of digital product, dude. That's why I love digital products. Right now, I got the opportunity. People say, "Oh, can you print some shirts?" Yeah, but this
right?
digital product right here, I can just sit here and market these courses. I can sit here and market these designs, right? And once you make it one time, It's
Yep.
there. It's on the internet forever, especially if you're creating content about it too, right? The
Yep.
content is evergreen. It's gonna be there. Somebody might not bite today, right? What I've learned about the internet and the last few years of posting things, they're not gonna bite on the first round, right? Like
Yep.
they say it takes like 7 or 8 times for somebody to see a particular thing for them to then put out their credit card to buy it, right?
Yep.
So we need to be more posting content and getting in their faces and showing them, right? Earlier in the video, you said, "Oh, I know they're getting tired of seeing me by this point. Trust me, bro, they ain't even see you yet."
Right.
Right?
But right. But that goes. That's that's basically what you're saying. Just
Yep.
every day, and that's why I do it every day. And at
Yep.
this point, I don't care if you're tired of seeing me. Like I need the
Yeah.
next person to see me.
Exactly.
You can see me
Exactly.
10 times, but I need to. I got to get that one time guy over there.
Yep. Exactly. You
Because
just got to
he
keep
might.
flooding
Yeah,
them.
he might be the one that takes out his credit card.
Right. Yep. Yep.
So
So, man, that's amazing. Now you have these stickers now that we recently started doing,
yep.
which I think is a very good corner. The sticker market is huge, right? Like if you look on platforms like Etsy and all of
Mm-hmm.
that, those people has been hand drawing these things for years. Some of them are now, I mean, at this point now, all of them are AI,
Yep.
right? So you can it's something you can add into your shop now, right? Like you create even if you're selling them physical, you can sell the artwork to people online. You
Yep.
can sell the physical stickers to somebody that will walk into your shop. Find something to just niche it down in your area to say,
Yeah.
oh, okay, maybe you do some New York ones, maybe you do some with the stadiums, maybe you just, something that people can vibe with and say, oh
Yep.
man, I can really relate to these stickers, and so that's something I see really working for you and some of the other artwork, right? It's endless what you can do in there. And I know you're the person that's just learning and want to try something new. So keep pushing with that.
Yeah, man.
Even though nobody's gonna move the first time you put it on there, but hey, you throw it on there again, right? And
Yep.
one thing you posted in the group the other day, and there are just some social media know-hows, right? Like there's some
Right.
things that you need to know about these different platforms, which is why once I seen that, I was like, oh, it's not going to work. So
Yeah.
to to share with everybody, right? And you have posted a video of your stickers, right? And I look at this video here, and it had the watermark from TikTok, right? And the way these platforms work, come on, they're not. I mean, they're competitors, right? So
Right.
if you're gonna take something from if you're gonna go to on TikTok first and post your videos, you you can download that video first onto your phone before you post it, right? In the mindset or in the intent to share it on any other platforms, which is what we should all be doing. You create once and then you'll be able to share it everywhere else, right? So I'm not sure if TikTok really allow you to download first without the watermark, but this is what I do, right? Do you use Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how I do all of my videos, and almost everything that I post on the internet goes to Instagram first because Instagram happens to be my core platform. I know everybody says, "Oh yeah, you should be on all of them." Yeah, you should be on all of them, but at the end of the day, there should be one that you are just calling home, and that's Instagram for me. Okay, so what I do, let's say if I'm going to post a reel on Instagram, which people are doing nowadays a lot, I would go and record my reels first, right? In the app. And then before I even post it on Instagram, I save it. There's a save button up top. I save that video onto my phone, right? So now this video is on my phone and there is no watermark. Instagram is not going to give you the watermark if you save it first. Now I got that video. That video now I have it forever and ever and ever. Amen. Without the watermark. I can go in, I can cut some parts off, I can repost it and all of that. So I take that particular video, even like that video now, I don't even post that exact video on Instagram, even though I recorded on Instagram, right? So I take that video now and go into the other app, which is CapCut, right? So I take my video that I just download it from Instagram. I go into CapCut because CapCut, so I go into there, and the reason why I use CapCut because I can use the caption function there, right? Caption is super dope around this time in 2023, 2024. You want to have caption because one of the things that caption does, it adds a pattern interrupt, right? So a pattern interrupt basically means that cause somebody's watching your video and every few seconds something different is happening on the screen. All right, that's the pattern interrupt, and that's what the text or the caption does for you. Watch all these different videos now on social media. You will see, hey, there's a caption here. It's in this color. Then that caption jump up to the other screen. It keeps that viewer engaged a little bit, right? So that's the whole thing of these platforms is to keep viewers engaged and keep them on their platform, right? So the moment you post something with a watermark, these platforms, the metadata already read that video before you post it. Oh, no, that's got a watermark from those other guys. We are not even, you're going to post it. You know, they'll allow you to post it. They're not going to say not post it. But now it's not going to get any reach. That algorithm is going to read that. It's going to slow down your reach. All right. So immediately when I saw that, I was bro, you got to do, I mean, these are the steps to take. Take that. I mean, I'm not saying take it down, but the next time you post, just make sure you follow these steps, save the video. You know, if you can add some caption, even if your voice is not in the video, right? The captions can still be added, or then you add some trending sounds. So once I get that caption going, I go back into the platform, which is Instagram. I'm looking for trendy sounds now, right? In Instagram, to tell that it's a trendy sound, there's a little arrow at the bottom pointing up. That's how you know, like, oh, I'm looking at the reel. I look at the bottom of the reel. There's an arrow pointing up there. That means this sound is trending right now. Okay, so I'm going to take that sound and save it to my phone, right? And then I upload that onto my reels when I'm posting that. Okay, so now the next part now, after you post that, the caption plays a big part. Okay, the caption plays a big part because sometimes these videos are short. You got to know your audience and know like what their viewer retention is, right? Like you can see in the back end of Instagram, it'll tell you, hey, my people usually watch my video for 23 seconds or 8 seconds. Now everybody's like 3 to 8 seconds, human beings, you know, because we just want to swipe up. So what I do now, I'm putting something on the screen to draw their attention to that caption, even if it says read the caption. And that caption is where you load it up, right? Everything that you want to say is in that caption there. Because if that video is short, they're going to keep reading the caption and that video is going to be looping in the back, right? So as they're reading this long caption here, the video ain't going to stop moving. The video is still playing. That is going to increase your plays on your videos. It's going to increase like the viewership and all of that because they're reading this caption. And then one thing that is super important that you cannot do without, you have to ask a question in your caption, right? And you have to do what we call a call to action, right? A call to action. You need to always have a call to action. If you look at my videos, my call to action is comment this and I will send you that. If you find value here, comment that, right? All of that stuff there does nothing but increase the engagement because the moment somebody goes and comment, then you comment back, right? And one thing I use for the commenting, all of that part is automatic. That's AI as well, right? I use a chat, which I cover in the course, a platform called ManyChat, MANY chat. So ManyChat allows you to link your Instagram with your Instagram with their platform, right? And then the whole key here is somebody DM you or somebody say a keyword that you can set up all in the back end. And like I said, I did cover that part in the course. And once they come in DM, you send them a message. And you can also set a automatic reply in there as well. So once they say this automatically, you can say, oh, go and check your DM. Once that interaction is being done on your video, Instagram sees that and like, oh, okay, people are vibing with this thing. Let's show it to more. Because the first time you post, Instagram is not showing it to all your people. They show it to a little group of folks, see how the engagement is, then they reach it, okay, maybe 500 more. And then they say, okay, this thing is booming now. Let's make it go, right? So you want to, those are all like best practices. First, I use Instagram again to record my videos, and then I save that video onto my device. And after I save the video to my device, I go into a editing app. Maybe down the line it won't be CapCut, but now I'm using CapCut. Okay, and now CapCut, I use that for my captions and like to cut, zoom, whatever else I want to do with my edit. Then I go back into the platform, find a trendy sound. Sometimes I don't do sounds, right? But it depends. There's trendy audios, and then there's some videos I post that just gives value. If it's just giving value, there is no sound there. I want the people to get the value. But if I'm not talking, I'm throwing the sound behind that, because the sound is also going to help that video go, because they recognize it. Okay, then usually they would say your video has been added to this song's playlist or something like that. Right now, if somebody else go to that song to use it, your video is in there, and they look at it as a reference as well, right? So those are all best practices there. And then the caption, make sure you got a clear caption there, and a call to action. Hey, even if you're just saying, hey man, follow this video, follow this for more video, follow that, right? And another social media thing here is to make sure we're not always just asking for the sale, right? We want to just be asking for the sale. Even if you are just working in your shop today, you got a shop. A lot of people are dreaming to be in the position you're in now. So many people, because they want to know. Before I started my shop, bro, I told Todd this, Todd Donnie, I used to watch Todd. These are the OGs, man. Like, I used to watch Todd's shop. Todd used to be in the mall. And, bro, before I even had a shop, yo, I used to, like, his videos would be on, he didn't post much videos then. Shout out to the people that were posting videos when we were starting. But he had this little shop. He had a setup. My whole goal, I watched this man's video so many times to see how his shop was set up, because I had a dream. I'm like, I'm going to have my shop. I want to know how this thing is set up here. He had this wall that had all the vinyls and all these different things. I'm like, ooh, that's inspiration. I'm going to steal that, right? That's just how people are watching you too, or people want to be able to watch your content and say, wow, I want to be like that. You know, I'm not in New York, but I'm in Georgia, and I want to shop like that, right? And that's just what I did when I was sharing content. I was just trying to add as much value to people. It was just documenting, right? So one day when I go back, or my kids go back to start their journey, they'd be like, oh, okay, my dad has a archives of video. Then these videos are evergreen. Until I take them down, they ain't going to come down. You understand? So that's just some things I would say, like, let's get a little more active on social. You feel me? Like a little bit more in 2024. I want to see a lot more. One thing I enjoyed in 2023, a lot more people were creating content. A lot of people. Even the big companies that were hiring us to create content for them, man, after that pandemic went by, I see everybody now building studios in their spots. I'm like, oh, okay, now y'all know, right? Before, y'all didn't have no value with content creators. When we reach out to y'all had all this other stuff to say, oh, we're going to create it ourselves. But then y'all didn't, right? So now I see a lot of people are creating content. TikTok have made it nice and easy, which is good. You feel me? But at the end of the day, we all need the content. If you don't have a content-based part of your business right now, you are falling behind even more, right? And it's easy. It's not like you don't have to set up one thing. You're already doing the job every day. You feel me? You just got to remember, turn on that camera, set it down, even if it's a time lapse, right? Like, that's all it is. And every day you just do the same thing. It's that consistency that people want. That's what's really going to make people ask all the time, hey, Erastus, what's the best way to grow your social media? Consistent.
Be consistent.
Be consistent, right? Be consistent. Post it again tomorrow, right? Even if you, people are, oh, I posted that video already. So there's millions of people on that platform. Only 5 people seeing it. Post it again.
Yeah.
Post it again. Post it every day. You know, we just got, most of the time, we are the one that has those limiting beliefs of, oh, people have already seen this. I'm just getting people are getting mad at me. Who cares? They didn't even see it. That's my mindset. Every time I post a thing, it's like nobody saw it. I'll post it again. And if this video went viral today, I give it 2 days, and I'm posting that same video again, and it's going to go again. Once it goes viral once, it's going to go viral twice, right? Like that's just the mentality we gotta get into. That's the best way right now for you to grow organically. Just posting those videos, posting some values, posting some stuff that already went viral. Like if you see people, something now I recently started posting other people's stuff on my page, right? Because that video already went viral. I seen it somewhere else. It had some numbers on there. Once it went viral one place, it's gonna go viral again. So there's nothing wrong with using other people's content. You have the right to do that. Like the platforms is not gonna hold you accountable. I would say keep pushing on those stickers. Keep creating more, right? And start now that you got the stand store, right?
Yep.
Yep. So with the stand store, one thing I would do is to start collecting free, like the emails. Start collecting people's emails. And one way you can do it, I did it recently and was able to get a good 1,000 people, right? You can see that I had this honey. You've seen it on my page. You probably subscribed to for it, right? It said, hey, if you want these honey designs, comment the word honey down below, right?
Yep.
That brought me 1,000 people. They got the free pack, whatever. I can sell that same pack again. You feel me?
Yep.
But now I got 1,000 emails that I can email every single day. Hey, I got this. Hey, guys, this new bundle just came. Hey, this, that, and the third. Email is a big way to reach people because you own those names. They give them to you, right? And social media, we don't own these followers, but we sure do own the email addresses that we receive, So, yeah, I would definitely say let's keep pushing on social. Let's keep going. AI is our big help right now. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Anything you want to ask? Anything you want to cover?
Yeah, one thing, because we kind of have the same background, right? Church-wise and stuff. One of the things that I've noticed is that I get a lot of people that want me to like print like real questionable stuff that just goes against like not so much my beliefs, but just I don't like negative stuff.
Yep.
So like what is your recommendation in that department? Like have you come across that where somebody wants to like print some whatever, some like
Yeah.
some witchcraft stuff, whatever, some just stuff that you just don't vibe with, like what do you
Yeah.
do in that instance?
I don't do it. I don't do
Yeah.
it, right? And they have the saying that, oh, not everybody's your customer. That's facts. Not everybody's your customer. And most companies now, these big companies, they have what is called core value, right? If you make your core value known to the people that are following you, they would know that, oh, we can't go to Lou with this, right? And for me, one thing I share all of that on my social media. That's how you even know, okay, we share the same faith as believers, right? We have to be open to share that side of our world so the people that are following us understand. They're not dumb.
Right.
They know, like, oh, okay, he's a believer and he's a Jesus freak, whatever they call it, right? And oh, we can't send him this. I had a instance, right? I had a partner that who remains nameless, and they sent me stuff, right? So they actually sent me something, and it's like, oh, okay, we're gonna send him this right before Halloween kicks in, right? Knowing that I don't mess with Halloween, I've said it, and they know it. So we came into a meeting on a call, and their thing was, oh, Erastus, we send you this package here because we wanted to promote our Halloween bundle. And my thing was like, oh, I don't mess with Halloween. I don't do anything with Halloween. It's like, oh yeah, we actually knew that. We seen your page. So they would try.
Right.
They would try. They know it, but they want to see, are you really sticking to your word? Are you really following your core value, right? So if you say you don't want to print anything that goes against your core value, don't do it for not even one person, right? And then shoot, that word is gonna spread. And then you get on there, you let people know, hey man, we don't mess with Halloween, or these are Christmas designs. These like now then they came back and said, okay, we'll just wait till Christmas to see what we can do with you. You're right, let's do that. Right? And they actually never came back. Right? That relationship is just silence right now. and we understand that the money may sound good, right? The zeros are there where it needs to be, but at the end of the day, we serve a true and living God, and that's what I stand by. And that's who's been providing for me, not the checks that they have given me on a monthly, that or the affiliate link and none of that. I don't
Yep.
even mess with affiliate links anymore because people feel like, oh, okay, you owe them something, right? So now, because of my core value is drawing companies that believes in the same thing. You understand? So because they believe in the same thing, we can now work together. And now you can see the companies that don't believe in what I believe in, they're falling off. And I'm cool. You understand? Because
Yep.
God provides. That's who has
Amen.
done it for me. And that's who
Amen.
will continue to do it for me. So I would encourage you, you just stick to what it is that you believe and believe that he that started this thing will see it to the end. Amen. He that started
Amen.
it, he's done it and he will finish it. And no matter what the world wants to put in front of you, even if they want to cancel you or whatever they're doing these days here, God is always on the main line. He's behind the scenes and he's going to make way out of no way. Amen.
Amen, brother. Yep.
And
Me
let
too.
let everybody know where they can find you at on the internet, and if they want to go and check out some of those stickers that you're dropping, where can we reach out to you at?
Yeah, absolutely. Website is thirddaytees.com. Instagram is shop_thirddaytees. My regular page is Third Day Lou on Instagram, and on Facebook, Third Day Tees Print Shop.